Alright, so coach here. Today, training ICT, we're going to be covering HIIT, high intensity interval training.
Let's go.
Alright, HIIT. Okay, so what is HIIT? What does HIIT stand for?
High intensity interval training.
Okay, we're gonna go straight to the question. So there will be what? Let's talk about what is HIIT. So Brian, what is HIIT? I mean, what is high intensity interval training?
Minimum time, maximum results.
Okay, minimum time, maximum results. Okay, next, Ryan. What is HIIT? So there's Ryan.
Yes.
What is HIIT? Hurry up.
It's a form of exercise at a maximum effort for a sustainable amount of time.
So it's maximum effort, right?
Maximum effort, correct.
Isn't it very similar? Isn't it very similar to this maximum? So
That's what I understand of HIIT. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So, okay, aside from that point, come on guys.
It just said maximum effort.
So maximum effort is kind of different. Thanks, Brian. So, maximum what? Intensity?
Maximum effort. High intensity.
Okay, maximum effort, so means high intensities.
High intensities.
Okay, what is high intensity? So it's heart rate not human resource heart rate. Josh? Sorry? Rapid heart rate. Rapid heart rate, okay. If you guys read the article, you also know why. If you guys have read the article, you guys will know what I mean, sir. You guys will know what I mean. Okay, anything else? Good, Goops? Come on, Goops, I expect a better answer from you. What is HIIT? Don't worry if it's right or wrong.
What the benefits or what is related to the training?
Yeah, so what is, can be benefits as well?
Good for people with less time.
Okay. So, good for time. Okay. Okay, you're all wrong, no, I'm kidding. Okay, I mean, I think you guys understand what is HIIT. However, right, if you guys read the article, but Josh didn't know, okay. It's not exactly less amount of time of rest. Because if through HIIT, right, you actually need more rest time. Yeah, actually something you guys forgot is the work rest. This is the most important thing. Work rest ratio. So this is the main thing that you're gonna need to think about, the work rest ratio. So it's not actually less amount of rest, because the more intense that you go, the more rest time that you need. Make sense? Yeah? Anyone disagree? Okay, next. Okay, so when? Okay, now we're gonna get to the interesting part. When do you do HIIT? Or rather, when do you give HIIT to your clients?
I would say when they meet
Be more specific.
endurance.
Okay, I won't write, because.
Actually,
Okay. Let's use this as a discussion, right?
So, when do my clients need HIIT?
Okay, so usually for myself, I use HIIT for my clients when they actually need to lose fats, and I find it is a very useful method of training because if you talk about fat level burning zone, you can easily reach that zone with this in a very short amount of time. So that's what I believe. Time efficiency, yeah.
But wouldn't any kind of cardio still be? But wouldn't any kind of cardio still be burning calories and working on their what cardio, right? You say, yeah. So you so you think? Okay, again, I don't understand your answer. So when? No. Be straightforward.
When?
Yeah. When do you, as a person, when do you do HIIT and when do you give it to a client?
Yeah, like I say, when they need to lose fats, I would use it.
But when you talk about need to lose fats, kan, you can do normal cardio can still lose fats, and I mean you can lose fats from doing weight training and.
For me, I myself find this is a very useful tool to use, based on my experiences.
Let me ask the other side. How about Gobi? Okay, Gobi, as a trainer, right? When do you give your clients HIIT?
When they want to improve on their athletic capabilities.
Good. Okay. Okay, let's say I give you guys a scenario so you guys have a bit more of critical thinking. So for client, very new, no training experience, just trying to work out again after 1 year of not working out. Do you give HIIT? Why? Josh pula, right? So you said no, right?
Maybe your body is not adapted to that kind of intensity, so must gradually progress.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if
So what would you do? What would you do to prepare a client or someone to do it?
To be honest, just the normal stuff, like a bit of moderate intensity cardio, like gradually working up, then a lot of more functional training, I guess. Yeah, more functional stuff. Yeah.
So work on the fundamentals first.
Yes.
Then can move on to HIIT lah.
Yeah.
Good. Right. So let's move on to the next. So you guys know, right, when to do HIIT. So the point that Gobi mentioned is also very important. Athletic performance, that's one. And also Brian's point where you don't give it to a beginner and you want to work on the basic, the base aerobic fitness first. Yeah. So actually I forgot something. When you doing HIIT, right, what energy system is it? Yeah, ATP PC system. Meaning when they are doing high intensity, right, they are not really doing aerobic exercise. It's very anaerobic, yeah. It's more anaerobic. So this is something you guys must take note. Actually, a lot of the points I've put in the article. Alright, so next we're gonna do why. This might be overlapping a bit. So why should you do HIIT? Why would you give HIIT to your client? One of the points that we have discussed was mentioned by Gobi. Want to improve athletic performance. But aside from that, what? Maybe Josh, you can input a bit to teach your client. Aside from athletic performance.
Improve their endurance.
Well, why do you say that HIIT is to improve endurance?
Because it's within a period of work time and the short period of rest time. So that way you tend to, based on the recovery process. Yeah.
I mean, there's some points there. But I think you guys want to take note, right? When it comes to HIIT, you need to know why you want to give it to your clients. Yeah. You got an answer?
In terms of athletic performance, I mean, you can increase VO2 max.
Yeah, correct.
And can't really remember the rest.
So basically, VO2 max is the amount of oxygen your body can consume. I mean, to put it in very simple terms, when you breathe in, everybody breathe in the same percentage of oxygen, no matter where you are, unless you are at higher altitude, then it's different. But basically, VO2 max is the volume of oxygen your body can consume, they can use and absorb when you are breathing. So yeah, it can improve that lah. So overall, in other words, improve athletic performance, correct? Yeah. So another point is this one, good for time. Like why? So let's say your client can only work out lunchtime, then buy focus session with you. I mean, that would be a good idea for you to give him like a more HIIT kind of workout. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why you want to give someone HIIT, because of time. So we have already covered this one also. So who should do HIIT? You mean India? Who do you think should do HIIT?
I think it can be, if gender-wise, it can be anyone. I feel someone who has already have a little bit of, who are a little bit more conditioned. Yeah, I mean, I know he beg to differ. He feels the beginners is also okay. That's him. But as for me, I would prefer the person to be a bit more conditioned, because I'm particular about technique, so that they're able to get a fulfilling workout from every single rep that they do.
Good. So in summary, someone who is more conditioned, fitness-wise and the skill-wise, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Correct. Good. So who? Yeah. Yeah. So what, Ryan said something?
My personal view is that even, let's say, very basic members or clients, they can still do HIIT, but if you talk about work and rest ratio, right? So maybe we can adjust to a longer rest time. Yeah, so instead of working, let's say 30 seconds and then resting 15 seconds, why not we bring it up to maybe 30 seconds of work and then maybe 45 to a minute of rest, so that they are, in a way,
Yeah, betul. So they can recover from that work interval lah.
Correct.
Okay, that's good.
There's a
Yeah.
method that.
But would this beginner be someone who is unconditioned? Would you forgive? Would you still give to them?
Okay, in terms of being conditioned, I would say it's more of the technique. So let's say the exercises we're gonna do, the technique wise. But if you talk about stamina, right? If you talk about stamina in general, I think, I would say even a basic general, someone that comes in with not really high stamina would be able to still do HIIT. But of course, condition wise, I'm talking about the technique. So it needs to know the basic. Maybe you can do body weight also.
I mean, what Ryan mentioned is even beginner can give high intensity HIIT lah. But actually, the main essence of HIIT, right, it's the heart rate. No matter how fit you are or how conditioned you are, you have to push at a certain percentage of your maximum heart rate. So let's say my maximum heart rate is 200 lah, put easy number to calculate. So should push about 90%, around there. That would be considered high intensity. If 80%, not really lah. Not true.
Because that's why it's called high intensity.
Correct.
There has been a case before. It's just a scenario that has happened here. When this person came in, this lady, she's a little bit plus size. She signed PT and then she went MIA for a couple of months. So the trainer asked her, "Hey, how are you? Long time no see. It's been so long. It's been a few months. Blah blah blah." So when that happens, this person was unconditioned. She signed up PT and then she went MIA. So which means they have not been exercising on a regular basis. They are not yet even conditioned. And the first thing she did, the trainer did with the client is HIIT. So it was high intensity, and the next minute she just fell. She fell. She went into a short
Epilepsy.
no, like pingsan. She passed out for a bit. She passed out, yeah. Because she's not passed away. Because she's not conditioned.
Yeah.
She's a little bit plus size, and you can't go straight into high intensity because
Correct.
sometimes this person the heart rate cannot.
Yes,
The heart can't take it. The fitness level itself. So if you want to be very careful.
Yeah, so that's exactly the point like who you want to give it. Actually, a lot of the questions they overlap. So when you want to give it, someone who is more conditioned. After you have conditioned your client a bit more, then you can introduce more HIIT workout. Correct. Yeah. So you want to make sure that their base aerobic fitness is of a certain level before you start introducing. Because for most people, even if you are skilled, but then you haven't worked out for 1 year, doing HIIT straight off the start, I mean, it's not a good idea. You wanna.
I think for anybody who may be conditioned but have not trained for a while, there's already the anxiety, and when you have anxiety, your heart rate goes up. So can you imagine when you put the body onto such pressure to do high intensity, then the heart is working extra hard. So yes.
Another question also, how often should you do HIIT? Every day? Okay, to be realistic, right? You guys think about this. If you can do it every day, right? Do you think it's high intensity? No. So you're not doing HIIT if you can do it every day. Yeah. So rest time will be at least one. If you're very fit, maybe 1 day lah. If you're very fit, but for most people, at least 2 days will be best. So once every 3 days, like maybe you do your HIIT on Monday, and then next time you do HIIT on Thursday, yeah. Then next one on Sunday or what kind of thing. Yeah. So I would say maximum 3 times a week HIIT. For most people
Because if you're really pushing yourself to that level, your body needs to recover.
Correct. Yeah. That's why also the rest interval is very important when you are doing the HIIT itself. Let's say and also the work interval also. If you can do like example, right, row. If you can row at this intensity for like 1 minute, most likely it's not a high intensity. Yeah. Yeah, correct. So if you look at sports, right, track and field, that's the best. So sprinters, they are the one, like 100 meter sprint, they are the one who are doing HIIT. Those like 400 meter, not really HIIT, it's more anaerobic. But the true HIIT will be the 100 meter sprinters. Because how long does a 100 meter sprint take? Less than 15 seconds. So that's about the true duration of high intensity output. So you guys have to think about the effort also, the work ratio and the rest ratio also, the exercise. Then you can, depending on the client's goal, of course, and the level of fitness. So if you're training an athlete or someone who is very active, then you can push a bit more, high intensity, longer rest time, or even can shorten rest time, still can be possible. But the work interval has to be really high intensity. Yeah. And it's the best when you have a heart rate monitor. Okay, so what, when, why, who. Okay, this one also very important. Where? If we look at our gym, right, where can you do HIIT? What are the modalities? What are the equipments? Okay. So freestyle area with freestyle equipment. Okay. Josh? Where else? He said where can you do this in our gym? Okay, he already said freestyle equipment and the gym floor. What else? Where else can you do? In our gym. Okay, I think you guys, your perception of it is, yes, good, treadmill. Because I think you guys, your perception of HIIT is always like rowing. One more? Cycling, good. Yeah, spin class. So bicycle, treadmill, even cross trainer can. Rowing machine, of course gym floor with freestyle equipment, you can do jumps. And also I think one point that actually Boss Ram has told me personally, you wouldn't want to give like high intensity which involve plyometrics, to someone who has joint issues or who are overweight. So if you want them, this is also another consideration, like for them who are heavier overall, you want to give them more lower impact like cycling. Even sprinting sometimes you don't want to give them. Like an alternative, you give them cycling or rowing. So these are low impact, high intensity equipments that you can give to your client. So that's where, now you guys know, not just gym floor. Okay, last one. Yeah, I think we have discussed this. So, how? So how? So how? Okay, so how, I think we have mentioned quite a bit. Main thing, the most important thing would be the work-rest ratio. Where you want to, actually, everything up here, right? Is how lah. Whatever we have discussed is how you're gonna do HIIT. That's how you do it. Like how you do it on a bike. Heart rate above 90%. Then got rest ratio. Don't do every day kind of thing. Yeah, because another reason why you don't want to do every day again, because your body needs time to recover. Because HIIT has a lot to do with the heart, so you don't want to stress the heart too often. For health-wise. Okay, that summarizes everything. HIIT. What, when, why, who, where, and that's how you do it. That's all for our ICT. So that the epoch, which is basically not eat pork, EPOC lah. In layman terms is the afterburn effect. Afterburn, because when you do this is a bit, after burning. So when you do high intensity, due to the high intensity of the workout, when your body is not doing the workout, it's still burning, continuously burning. The most important thing, if you want to talk about losing weight, burning fat, is still calories in, calories out. Yeah, it's all in the nutrition. So yeah, but EPOC put the afterburn effect, like the compensation that your body burn extra calories after your workout. That's basically it.
But the question is how much extra does it
Yeah, so that's the thing. You don't want to depend on the afterburn effect for your weight loss program.
Because from what I read online, the afterburn effect isn't actually that significant.
Yes.
It's just very...
Correct. It depends on the individual. If let's say you are an athlete, then definitely your EPOC will be higher. For the average person, you wouldn't want to like depend on the afterburn effect of your high intensity interval training. So, but it's something that's good for you to think about when you're doing HIIT. What are the effects of it? So, always worried about muscle loss.
The one is if you do it, you still do it.
Actually, right, doing HIIT, because due to its short duration, if you're doing HIIT, right, you will not burn muscle.
Only if you overtrain, right?
Yeah, steady is the like you do marathon, ultra marathon, those. Yes, correct. So doing HIIT, right, if you do it correctly meaning the intensity, your body tend to burn more on the glycogen. And don't underestimate your body's storage of glycogen. There's fats not so much, because due to its high intensity, your body will not choose fats for fuel. Yeah, but you really deplete. Your body will know lah. You cannot do a HIIT workout for 1 hour. That's not HIIT. Most likely the first 20 minutes is HIIT. Then after that it's just So it has a lot to do with the heart rate. That's why when I ask you to do the rowing, right, it's actually going to be better for your muscle building. Because when you do HIIT, it releases adrenaline, which you don't get from doing low intensity exercise. Sprinters, yes. So it's fight or flight. It's not.
Because the amount of stress HIIT puts on our body, right? Like so for individual like Josh and I like to do bodybuilding, don't have much time for cardio.
Yeah. But of course, again, you won't be able to read every day. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, if you do, there's nothing wrong in doing HIIT in your muscle building program. But again, if your goal is muscle building, then you don't have to think about HIIT that often. But you can once in a while, like maybe once or twice a week.
If you want to just maintain
If you want, then you can. Yeah, it's not something that you really need, because ultimately muscle building you need to do more resistance training, and your calories in, calories out, and your macronutrients.
because I also believe that cardiovascular strength is important.
Yeah.
So it's also good to
Yeah.
do cardio.
Yeah. What type of cardio?
Yeah, the thing is like, that's the thing. Like what type of cardio? Because
What you
what
like?
I'm afraid of, right, is like if I do this, like I just cannot recover.
Ah.
And then I end up, burning more muscle than.
Yeah.
That one also hits, actually don't hit. That one is good.
No. So in summary, yes.
Coach, can I have some questions? Sorry,
Yeah.
this is relevant to the audiences out there, guys. Does sex consider as HIIT?
Let's not discuss about that because it's not fitness related. Yeah. So in summary, you need to know what your goals are. That's the most important thing. And HIIT is just a tool. It's a tool for you to train your clients or train yourself, depending on what your fitness is. If your fitness goal is muscle building, then you don't really need to think about HIIT so much. But if you want to do it, of course you can. Just you need to know how often you're doing it. Yeah. If you want to focus on athletic performance, definitely HIIT is something that you want to include. Rehab, of course, no HIIT. Fat loss, yes. Fat loss, yes. Weight loss, yes. Strength training, again, is similar to muscle building. You don't really need to think about HIIT. But it's very similar in a way, but this is more cardiovascular. When you're doing like pure strength training, like powerlifting, it's not really any cardio. Yeah. Alright, so, alright. Alright, so that's all for our discussion for today's ICT, high intensity interval training. So coach here, peace out.